Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another session of Midweek Chatter with Wonder Girls. I'm Mabel.
Hello, and I'm Cheryl. Hope everybody is keeping well as we enter our second week of phase one.
If you experience body aches like us when working from home, let us know by typing A in the comment box.
This afternoon, we are happy to have Miss Bai Yirang, a licensed personal gym trainer, with us to share some simple stretches we can do from home to soothe our sores.
Before we invite Yirang online, allow me to share a little bit more about ourselves if you are new to Travel Wonder. Travel Wonder is a licensed online and offline travel company based in Singapore, specializing in active holidays. Join us in the future if you're looking forward to travel, hike, or run overseas. We can also plan all sorts of vacations that you desire, from romantic getaways, rest and relaxation trips, or even family fun trips. Our website is www.travel-wonder.com. Remember to check us out when you're ready to travel.
Please give us a like, comment, or share this broadcast. We would like to announce the winner for last week's chatter. The winner for our live session is Mr. Wilson Ng. Congratulations
Congratulations!
on winning yourself a Bluetooth radio sponsored by Avis Budget Car Rental. We will be in touch with you via private message on the redemption of the gift.
This week, we are giving away a luggage belt with courtesy from Uniworld Boutique River Cruises. So keep the engagement up to increase your chances of winning. Thank you very much for accompanying us for the past Wednesday afternoons. If you have already won a prize within the past 2 weeks, we will pass the prize of winning to another audience with the highest engagement so that everybody has a chance to win something. We will put the winner back into the draw after a 2 weeks break.
Nevertheless, please keep your comments and questions flowing in, regardless if you win a prize today. Continue to keep us busy. Keep Yirang talking to share her expertise. Let us now welcome Yirang online.
Hello, hi
Hello.
Yang. How have you been?
Okay, not so bad. Yeah, been experimenting on a lot of recipes at home and different kind of workout.
Okay. Just to let everybody know, I know Irang through a mutual friend, and Irang used to be in the Singapore Dragon Boat national team as well.
Wow.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps Irang, you'd like to share about the training intensity back when you were in the national team?
Training intensity.
Yeah, or maybe share how
Um,
long you have been in the national team and how often you train.
okay, so actually it was quite some time back. Training intensity wise, I don't really know how to explain, but typically 1 week we can train up to 13 times. So how that happens is we train twice a day, morning before going to work or going to school for some of our younger rowers, and then
Okay.
after school and after work another session. So our coach actually keeps track. He keeps track of how many sessions we have done, and every 13 sessions he will give us a 1 day break.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
So that
13.
is it's very intensive. Of course, we have off season also lah. Then we do a
Mm.
bit more fun, kind of training, cross training. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So how long have you been in the N team back then? How long did you stay inside the national team?
I think about 3 years in total. Yeah, then after that, I had to concentrate on my work because it's very taxing on the body, and often we don't get enough rest. So actually,
Mm.
not enough time to sleep even. Yeah, since
Mm.
we train twice a day sometimes.
Oh, okay. So, that's a really crazy training schedule. So, why did you all train so much back then? Is it because you all took part in a lot of races, or there must be some agenda, right?
Uh, I think the two main races that we train for, or rather I train for, would be the SEA Games 2011 and Asian Games 2010. So yeah,
Mm.
like I said, it was quite some time back.
Okay.
So all the other small races or even some of the other overseas races, they are just there to help us build up towards the main race.
Oh, so just out of curiosity, right? So the two races that you went for, do you win anything?
I won the chance to stand there and watch people get medal. They,
Ah.
for both I can't remember exactly, but I think for both we were fourth. So really shy of the podium finish.
Oh,
So it was
Wow.
quite a disappointment, but it was still a very good experience. Yeah, especially the Asian Games. We went there thinking that one of the medals would have been ours, but we were really surprised at the finals. Yeah, because in
mm,
every dragon boat race, the water condition plays a big part. Every race is different, and I'm sure if you ask Mabel, she'll be able to share with you how dragon boating um, is just very dynamic. Every single race.
mm, mm.
Yeah. I mean, training so hard and then to come in fourth, I think I can really feel your pain.
Yeah, one whole year of suffering.
The
Yeah.
disappointment.
One knows,
Yeah.
one knows behind the other dragon.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
that kind of disappointment, yeah.
Yeah. Just now you
But
mentioned when you were in the end team, you were working, right?
yeah,
So, I mean, where were you working at
I
during
was
that
in
time?
the Singapore Navy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
So in the Singapore Navy, I mean, it must be so you're what, you sign on to the Singapore Navy.
yeah. After I graduated from university, I just signed on Navy to be a combat officer.
Oh, then it must not be easy to juggle the schedule of working in the Navy and also
Mm,
representing the country in races.
It was quite hard juggling because despite thinking that it's actually also a form of service to the country, but a job is a job.
mm,
We are paid a salary and we have a very big responsibility to the citizens. So we cannot be taking too much leave to go for overseas races. So we need to plan ahead and even work with the coaches to say, hey, this year I'm only given this amount of time off. I already spoken to my commanding officer,
mm,
so let's work out a schedule for the rest of this year.
mm.
Okay.
Okay. So you said you are in the combat unit, so that is like more operational. You do you really work like 9 to 5 kind of job? Or actually, you are on like 24 hours, those kind of operation on rotating basis.
There are various types of operations,
Mm,
but if you are a operational combat officer, we are assigned to a particular ship. So we
mm,
all go to different warships and we have different schedules that I cannot really discuss.
mm-hmm.
But we are supposed to be on standby 24/7.
Okay.
But of course, you are not expected to be on standby 24/7 for the whole year round. They will tell you when your ship is on standby, for example.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is one of the main reason why you have to leave the National Dragon Boat team is because the work actually comes as a priority during that point of time.
Yeah, as I grew older with family commitments, I decided to focus on my career rather
Mm,
than my
okay.
schooling. Yeah.
Can you tell me, is that a lifespan to how old you can stay in the national team? Like, because we all know
Yeah.
athletes, you have a career lifespan. So in Dragon Boats, do you also, I mean, in Singapore, do we adhere to that also?
Uh, I would very much like to say yes, but I have seen some teammates who are just insane. I had a teammate who was in the national team for 10 over years,
Wow.
or even maybe longer than that. I'm not sure if Mabel you know her. You know who is Serene? Xiao Bei.
Uh, Xiao Hui, yeah, I heard of
No,
her. Yeah.
Xiao Bei. Yeah, so basically she is in her 50s already now, by now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she actually competed way more number of games than anyone I know. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's all about keeping it up.
Mm,
And also sometimes we need to listen to our body. Like, I was listening to the two of you talk about body aches. So
yeah.
some of the athletes are forced to retire, so called,
Mm,
because they start to experience a lot of body aches, maybe joint problems and stuff like that.
Mm.
Some are genetic, but
mm-hmm.
a lot others probably from the lack of joint health, never take care.
Mm. Hearing
Okay.
about what you have went through and also some of like your teammates, like you just mentioned about we didn't listen to our body and take care of our body, and that's why we experience a lot of like body aches, and we don't really take care of them before it get worse. Is this also the reason why you went into personal training?
Yes, that's one of the reasons And also because of personal reason, my father was actually in a very poor state of health, suffering from diabetes, chronic diabetes, and kidney failure. So from then, I think like my interest shifted towards health and fitness. That's why after the Navy, I actually joined teaching.
Oh.
And then I chose to teach PE.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's nice. I always like my PE teacher when I'm in because I don't need to study.
Favorite teachers, PE teachers. Actually, no
Yeah.
lah.
Yes.
A torture to some of the kids. Some of the kids most hated teachers are PE teachers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they don't like exercise. They are not
Yeah.
outdoor person. Like because I like outdoor. So wow, PE lesson are always like woo, the
Yes.
happiest person. The first one to change into your PE attire, the last one to go back to the classroom kind.
And the best thing is there's no homework.
Yes,
Yes, yes, that's
yes.
the best part.
Yeah, that's the best
Yeah.
part. No homework to do. No, okay, like maybe we have that what physical. Do they still have
That's
physical
right.
tests now every year? Like how much sit up you do,
Ah,
Yes.
how much pull up you do? They still right?
The
Yeah.
NAFA testing is still ongoing, but I think
Okay.
now it's changed to Sec 2 and Sec 4 only.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Give you all 1 more year to prepare.
Oh. Like I say that I am an outdoor person, so I don't really like to do indoor sports. So I don't like to go to the gym. So I don't really can understand or enjoy myself in the gym because first of all, I'm not a person who can perspire easily. So in the gym, I am not able to achieve that. And also my impression of going to the gym is like you have to do a lot of like weightlifting, which I don't like because I want a slender body but not a bulky physics. So
I see.
maybe you can tell me or try to convince me what are the benefits of lifting weights versus like going out for a run.
Okay. Actually, I think like both activities, all health and fitness activities have their own pros and cons.
Mm,
But if I were to try and convince you, it would be from the viewpoint of a woman to woman. So
okay.
for us women, right, after we cross the line of 30 years old, basically, okay, we start to deteriorate quite a bit in terms of muscle mass and bone density. So I think you must have heard like a lot of old ladies have osteoporosis, or when they fall, they tend to have fractures easily.
Mm,
So how lifting weights help? It's not about how heavy you carry, but putting the body under certain pressure, under certain stress. Okay, the body, the muscles and the bones will feel that, especially the bones. The bones will tell the brain, hey, I think I'm not strong enough. There's not enough density in me
mm,
to handle the activities that this crazy woman is doing every day. Okay, so can you please supply more nutrients and so that I can build up the density in my bone, so I can withstand the kind of activities that this woman is going through.
mm,
So over time, the body actually strengthens, the bone strengthens, and you can handle stress better. So when you fall, the bone don't fracture so easily. Okay, I
oh.
feel that there's a lot of misconception. Like also just now you mentioned, right, like you don't want to get too bulky in the gym.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the main concerns, and I can tell you, okay, everyone who's watching this, especially ladies, if you are a guy, you will understand this. You will understand this. It is not possible to become bulky easily. Okay, if not, the supplement company cannot earn money. Yeah. So you see bodybuilders, right? They have
Yes.
to go through super intensive training. Okay, usually minimum 5 times a week training. Okay, they don't only train for 1 hour, they train up to 3 hours sometimes. Okay, they do very extreme dieting. Okay, extreme to us, but it's normal for them. Okay, extreme in a way that they
Mm.
eat large amounts of protein, not what we will usually do. So you will see, like I think Mabel will have seen before her friend Alison eating chicken breast for the whole day. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
those kind of dieting. Okay, so it takes a lot of effort, a lot of nutritional adjustment as well as training just to become bulky. So for most of us, right, there's no need to worry about becoming bulky. Yeah.
Mm, okay.
Okay.
Good to
So
know.
yeah, good to know.
Okay.
Something that it probably it never occurred to us. So I can continue to indulge in good food.
Yes.
So Ira, now that you know you are a personal trainer, right? Do you train every day, and how do you find the motivation to do so?
I don't train every day because I think the trick is to maintain consistency.
Mm,
Okay, and also a lot of people think if you want to become stronger, you want to become better, you want to look better, I need to do something every day. Every day I must go and run 10 clip. Every day I must do 200 push-up. Okay, but your body needs to rest, your body needs to repair. Every time you work out, your muscles go through a bit of a micro tear or it's being strained in a sense. It needs to recover before it can go again. So it also depends on the kind of activity that you do. If you want to go all out, you want to go beast mode on your exercises, if you train every day, there's no I don't think that is possible. Today you train 100%, tomorrow even if you think you're going 100%, think your muscles are going at maybe 80%, 70%, and become diminishing returns as you go along.
mm,
So I think what is important is actually recovery, and recovery not only comes in terms of complete rest. You can actually do various activities. Maybe today I choose to do a home workout, a lot of push movement. Tomorrow I can do more pull movement. And
mm.
then the next day I can go for maybe a very short jog. And then following day I will do maybe stretching, deep stretching, yoga stretch or something like that.
Ah, okay. Oh, speaking of stretching, right? Is it very important to stretch every day? And or how often do we need to stretch and why?
Mm, textbook answer and what I believe in is stretch every day. Yeah, but uh, I think it's a habit that most of us need to take time and effort to cultivate. I feel that there's a lot of benefits, and I think most of the people who have gone for yoga classes, Pilates, they would have already understood the benefits of stretching.
Mm.
Yeah, but to put it simply, every day we put our body through all sorts of torture and different types of positions, right? Whereas our skeleton is only meant to be kept in certain positions, but we will twist and turn. No, you're lazing on the couch watching Netflix, right? Like that, and then boyfriend girlfriend like that. Okay, but the skeleton isn't meant to be in these positions. So
Mm.
I think to do a daily stretch would be a very good maintenance. Just like how if you were to drive a car or to ride a bicycle, you need to occasionally oil your joints, right?
Mm.
Yeah, so that the machine can run properly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Other than training or exercising, are there any other things that we need to take note of in terms of keeping fit? Like just now you mentioned about Alison having chicken breast for the whole day.
Yeah, so that's more for bodybuilders, but for the rest of us, I think um, there's a whole lot of science behind eating right.
Mm.
And I'm not a dietitian, so I can't really say, for example, the vegan diet works or the keto diet works. There's so many different type of diets, and
Yeah.
if some of you who are watching have been on diets yourself, I think you can very safely say that some of the diets are so-called, let's not use a wrong word, uh, are so-called doesn't really work. Okay,
Mm.
so what I feel is that there's no right or wrong. It's
Mm.
just whether it suits you and your lifestyle. So I heard recently a lot of my friends go on intermittent fasting, for example.
Yes, now
Oh,
this
Basically,
is
yeah.
like the
mm,
trend.
Yeah.
correct. So they starve themselves. Okay, not starve themselves. Okay, so they only eat in 40 hours, in 4 hours, and then the 20 hours they will be on fasting mode, or they will do a 6, 18. So whatever adds up to 24 for them.
Mm.
Yeah. So for this, I think it works on certain people. It doesn't work for others. I would quote lifestyle as one of the reasons why you should or shouldn't embark on a certain diet, because if you think about it, if you work, let's say shift work,
Mm.
okay, and maybe today you're taking the night shift, maybe you're a nurse or something, okay, and then 3 days later you're working a morning shift or afternoon shift, then how is that going to work? You have to
Mm.
change your dining hours or your meal hours completely around. Yeah, so it may not work for some people, or if let's say you're working a 12-hour work shift, it can't work for you. How are you going to cook and prepare, or maybe a 16-hour work shift for some people?
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
True.
So
Yeah, that is like how are you going to adjust to your 16 hours of not eating or your 8 hours
Yeah.
of not eating. Like
Mm.
probably certain times of the day, you may actually stretch more than 16 hours of not eating because of your work pattern.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think like the best advice that I can give to anyone is to, number one, find something that suits you, because some people can do keto, some people can't. They do keto, no change. They'll say like, oh, how come I do already no difference? Okay. Number two, I think diet is mainly about moderation. When people say vegetables are good for you, you try eating only vegetables every single day, from morning to night. You don't add anything, don't add eggs, don't add tofu, don't add anything, just eat vegetables. I think it end up with bleeding internal organs, your intestine, because you might be overloading yourself with fiber.
Mm.
Sometimes you end
Ah,
up constipated. Say, oh, got a
yes.
lot of fiber, what? But then I never drink water also.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
so it's all in moderation. Meat is good, fat is good, keto, fat is good. Can I just order sioba and eat the whole day, and does that help me slim down? I eat sioba breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Wow, that was a big killer, right?
Yeah.
I also now on intermittent fasting. I eat for 18 hours and fast for 6 hours when I sleep.
That one is a very good example of not in moderation.
I think your intermittent fasting is probably one of the most unpopular
No, it's the
concept.
most popular. A lot of
Most
people
popular
are doing
Oh,
that
most
one.
right now
popular.
in front of Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, like nowadays there are so many different types of very fanciful kind of like diet going on. It's like before you can get to try this, there's another new concept coming out. There's another like new diet coming out. It's like so much to keep up on. But I still very much believe in what Yirang has said, is that everything eat in moderation, then you won't go into any like depression or like suddenly go on binge eating, which I think that would be very, very bad.
That's true.
Or even like a deficiency in any of the vitamins or minerals. So just
Mm.
take everything in moderation, but do take everything if you can lah, except for vegetarian and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm. Wow,
Okay.
today really learned a lot through this short chatting session that we had. Yirang, perhaps it's now time for you to show us some moves. Before we let Yirang take over with her stretches, if you have any questions to ask Yirang, please feel free to put them in the comments and we will address it after the demo. Remember, we have a luggage belt to give away, and also share the broadcast.
Yes. It's stretch time, Irang. Cheryl and I will be your voice over, and if you have any questions, we'll ask them along the way.
I'm gonna invite a helper.
Mm. We have a model, yeah?
We have a model, yeah? He's coming over. It's okay, it's okay. No, you did come and he come. Okay, so over here I have Alison. Alison is going to demonstrate a lot of the posture related activities that we'll be doing today. Okay, so I think just now they mentioned during the circuit breaker, and now even though we're entering phase one, a lot of us are actually working from home. We're spending many hours typing over our laptop at our desk. Some of us are very active on our handphones. Or even sitting in front of Netflix, right? Okay.
Yes.
So what we have developed is something that's called the text neck. Okay. And I think this is a very classic text neck example. Just go to your visual. Okay, so as you can see, maybe I'll just shift the camera a bit so that y'all can see. Okay, as you can see, right, her posture is not what you usually see in your biology textbook. Okay, so this part over here is supposed to have a bit of a curve the other way round, not here. Okay, and also you will see that her neck is protruding forward. Okay, now what you can't really see because she's very slim is that she has a rounded lower back as well. Okay, so here is rounded. Okay, so these are some of the things that if you spend too many hours in front of the TV, at your desk, or using your handphone, you will see these changes in your posture. Okay, so how do you correct that? I think number one, what we can do, like I say, everything in moderation, right? So number one, prevent yourself, okay, from spending too much time at your desk or in front of the TV. Okay, that is the number one thing you can do for yourself. Okay, number two, what if this already happened? What am I gonna do? Okay, now one thing that you do from day to day is standing and walking. Okay, so if you can just stand and walk properly, it will help fix a lot of things. Okay, so I'm going to teach you three simple tricks, okay, to fix your posture. Okay, number one, every time you stand up, think of these three things. Okay, number one, imagine there's a string attached to the top of your head. Okay, and then imagine that string is pulling you towards the ceiling. Okay, as you can see, Allison's posture is already changing. Okay, number two, you notice that her shoulders are rounded forward. Why? Because we are always doing this. Okay, so number two, she's gonna remember to bring the shoulders back, roll back, and pull away from the ears. Okay, so back and down. Okay, a lot better than what you saw just now. Number three, this one you might not be able to see very clearly. Okay, but I need you to take note of the lower back. Okay, number three is to squeeze the buttocks together. Okay, now in this way, the moment you squeeze your buttock together, you can try that later on. Okay, the moment you do that, you engage, okay, your glute muscles, which is your butt, okay, as well as your lower core muscles. Okay, so let's get her to relax all over again. So this is the original posture. Okay, she's an artist. She spends a lot of hours drawing every single day. This is a problem that she recently developed. Okay, so step one, string to the ceiling. Step two, shoulders pull back and down. Step three, squeeze your buttocks together. Okay, squeeze it hard. Okay, of course, when you walk, you wouldn't squeeze it so hard that you walk like a penguin. Okay, it's just a gentle reminder to engage your glute. Okay, if not, you'll be walking like a penguin. Okay, so these are the three simple ways to fix your standing posture. Okay, now every day if you stand and walk, okay, if you can remember this, it will help you greatly in improving your posture. Okay, now what if it doesn't help enough? Okay, or like help, I'm really stuck at my work desk, I need to finish this, I can stand up a few times, but I need to be at my desk most of the time. What do I do? Okay, if you want to fix your neck, okay, because from doing this, your neck will tend to come forward, you do the opposite of it. A simple exercise to do, okay, at your desk even. Okay, it's what we call the chin tuck. Okay, so in your chair, of course, you don't need to squeeze your glutes anymore, don't need to squeeze the butt anymore. Remember, still sit up as tall as you can, string to the ceiling. Okay, so you will not be leaning back into your seat. Number two, shoulders back and down. Okay, and then just use your master hand to gently tap on your chin and push it inward. Okay, give yourself a double chin. Allison is very slim, so you might not see a double chin there. Okay, hold it for about 3 seconds and then release. Okay, and continue to do that a number of times. Okay, if you want to know the exact number of times, if you really must, okay, you can do it for 10 times, 2 sets, 3 sets. Okay, but if you're really stuck at your table, if you can just spend some time to do 1 or 2 sets of at least 8 to 10 reps, that will really help you, okay, on a daily basis. Okay, so this is for your neck, okay, to correct the forward tilting posture. Okay, what else can you do? If your neck is already very tight, you're seated there, you can't leave your desk, okay, a simple neck stretch will do. So I'll get Allison to face the front. Okay, the easiest way is actually to do a neck tilt. Okay, so same thing, sit up as tall as you can, shoulders roll back and down, okay, and gently tilt your head towards one side. Okay, as you are doing this, the other hand, okay, if you're tilting to your left, your right hand can hold on to the bottom of the chair and pull your shoulder away, okay, your right shoulder away. If you want a deeper stretch, you can use your left hand to gently assist the stretch. Okay, now just remember that when you're doing your stretches, okay, do not stretch to the extent that you're feeling pain. You're supposed to feel a stretch. If you're finding difficulty in breathing or you're clenching your teeth, chances are you have gone too much, you might end up injuring yourself. So sometimes when you go for yoga or you're doing your home yoga, please don't force yourself into certain positions. Okay, you feel pain or you're clenching your teeth, it's wrong already. Let go a little, just feel a stretch will do. Okay, now when you are done, of course you will switch to the other side. Okay, so just let your head fall to one side. Okay, opposite shoulder down, and then the right hand on top and pull it down. Okay, this is the most basic. Okay, now many of us, we actually don't feel the pain here. Okay, when we type for too long, when we use our computer for too long, the part that aches is actually here. Okay,
Yes.
so how do you stretch that? Just let go first. Okay, you will turn your head all the way to your right. Then you look down towards your armpit. Okay, same thing, this hand will hold on to the bottom. And then your right hand will assist downward towards the armpit. Okay, then you'll feel a stretch slightly towards the back of the shoulder and neck. Okay, so this is for release of shoulder soreness or tightness from overworking at the desk. Okay, you can release now. Thank you. Okay, so this is for the neck stretches. Some of you may ask, why is it that you don't do neck rotations? Now, if you study the neck joint, it is not a ball and socket joint. Okay, that means the neck joint, right, is actually stacked up one on top of another. It's not a ball and socket joint. It's not supposed to do this. Okay, so yes, sometimes when you go for certain boot camps or whatever, they will tell you can do rotation, but it's always a very slow movement. Okay, so I wouldn't recommend doing neck rotations. Okay, but if you do want to do, because you have been practicing that, you can continue, but do take note that you shouldn't do in a fast moving action. It shouldn't be too large a movement as well. Okay, just do it gently and slowly. Okay, so now we fix the neck through the stretching. You see, now we never thought about her. She let go everything and then go back. Okay, so the second thing is your shoulders. Okay, the forward rounding of the shoulders. Okay, how do we solve that? Okay, in the first place, why is rounded is because when you hunch over, it actually shortens the muscles at the chest area. Okay, so your chest becomes tight, your back muscles become relaxed. Okay, and then you are stuck in this position, prolonged sitting or standing in this manner. Okay, so we will want to do the opposite. Okay, so to do the opposite, you can do various chest stretches. This one that I'm teaching you just requires a corner in your office or in your bedroom. Okay, so I'm gonna get Alison to step into the corner over here and I'll shift the camera. Okay, she will face the corner. Yeah, oh, this one very good, can auto on. She will face the corner of the room, okay, and then raise up her hands. Okay, wait, let me switch the camera so I can see you. Okay, 90 degrees. Okay, and in this way, she will lean her body forward towards the door. Okay, and there you go. That's the reversal of the hunching posture. Okay, this is the easiest way. It stretches both the left and the right at the same time. But if you can't find a suitable corner because of furniture, you can always do it one at a time. Okay, so Alison, can you show us one at a time? Yeah. Okay, so placing one arm at around 90 degree, okay, on the wall. Okay, she will lean her body weight forward, thereby stretching her chest, her right chest. Okay, let's come back to. Okay, now another one, if you can take some time to leave your seat and then come to a standing position. okay, it would be, this one you don't even need a wall, very easy. Okay, you clasp your hands behind your back. Okay, clasp, finger interlock. Okay, so you interlock the fingers, clasp them behind your back. Okay, pull the shoulder back and away. Okay, sometimes by just doing this, you're already feeling a very deep stretch. If you're already feeling very, very stretched, okay, it's very shook already, you don't need to do the next step. But if you do this and you're like, okay, I can still handle a bit more, I don't really feel anything, okay, then you can bend your body downwards and raise the arm to the ceiling. You can go a bit lower. Yeah, the head look down. Okay, so this can be quite intense for some of you. Alright? Okay, thank you. Okay, the last one is a small corrective exercise, just like the chin tucks, is to be done at the wall. It's for your shoulders. Now, behind your back, okay, you have shoulder blades. Okay, the shoulder blades work, okay, up and down, okay, in order for you to achieve movements in your arm. Okay, so when it's rounded, when your shoulders are rounded, it cannot move the same way, and that's why sometimes people with very rounded posture, okay, they cannot raise up their hand properly. You see, if they try to raise up straight, okay, they are stuck at the angle. Now, for some older people, okay, this is what we call the frozen shoulder as well. Okay,
Okay.
for some people, they develop frozen shoulder this manner. Okay, but for others, this is the maximum they can go. And I think for those of you who go to the gym, you often see people doing shoulder press until here, right? Whereas actually shoulder press can be done all the way here. Okay, so this is the full range of your shoulder press. Okay, beside your ear. Okay, and from the front. Okay, so now Alison is going to demonstrate the next exercise called the wall slides for your shoulders. Okay, first you will stand against a wall with your body against the wall, the butt and the shoulders. Okay, then you put your arms up in a W position. Okay, with your hands and your elbows and your shoulders in contact with the wall, chin tucked in. So remember, chin tuck, you want to bring your chin slightly inwards to give yourself a double chin. Then you begin sliding both arms upwards without leaving the wall. You see whether can go up, huh? Start. Cannot already. Okay, so for Alison, this is the maximum she can go. Now, if you can, okay, ideally, okay, if there's nothing wrong with your posture, both arms will be straightened and will meet at the top, okay, without leaving the wall. Okay, so how many times do you do this? Again, if you can just spend about 2 sets worth of time, 8 to 10 reps every single day, that will be great. Thank you, Alison. Okay, lastly, so chin become like that, shoulder become like that, lower back also rounded. Okay, now we want to fix the lower back. Okay, I think a lot of us have lower back pain, especially if we are getting a bit more senior, right? Especially past the 20s. Some of us start to get back pains, okay? Those of you who have to do maybe carry heavy stuff, or maybe you have a child, you need to carry your child the whole day on one arm only, okay, you tend to develop back pain. If you sit for too long, you're bound to develop some back pain. Okay, now I'm going to teach you some stretches or exercises. These are not comprehensive. Okay, for lower back, there is a full list, a very long list of stretches and exercises that you can do. Okay, but I'm going to just pick 3. Okay, so far I've picked 3 for neck, 3 for shoulders, and 3 for lower back. Okay, the first one, of course, can be done in a chair. Okay, I'm going to show you the side view. Okay, so if you're at your desk and then you decide to take a break but you don't want to get out of your chair, okay, so from where you are, okay, you're going to sit as tall as you can, okay, so to the ceiling, shoulders back and down, And then I want you to bend forward, take a bow, okay, keeping your back as straight as you can. Okay, it's a seated good morning. For those of you who go to the gym, you know what a good morning is. This is a seated good morning. You bow as low as you can, you come back up. Okay, if your back is very tight and sore, this is the speed that you do at. Okay, if it's not, you can do slightly faster. Okay, now this same exercise can be done standing up as well. Okay, Alison is going to demonstrate standing good mornings without any weight. This is actually to relieve your hamstring tightness as well as the lower back. Okay, this may seem or feel a bit awkward for those of you who haven't done deadlift before. Okay, the key thing to note is all movement originate from the hip. It does not originate from the lower back. Okay, and as you observe that when she's hinging, the entire spine is kept neutral. Some of you will say, oh, but why is it that here there's a curve? Okay, it's a natural curvature of the spine. Okay, from person to person it will look different. Some of you have already developed a very rounded lower back. When you do that action and you video it down, it may look slightly different. But just to take note, when you video or do it in front of mirror, it should look straight to you. Okay, when you hinge over, your whole back should look kind of straight to you. Okay, so that's the first one you can do. You can do it seated at your desk. You can do it standing as well. Okay, the second one also could be done at the desk. Okay, you will become like a boss. Okay, you will calca. Okay, now those of you who are like me, okay, if let's say you have very tight glutes, okay, maybe suddenly you develop interest in a new workout. Every day you do squat lunges, but you never stretch. Okay, your leg might be up here. Okay, and if you already feel a stretch, fine. Okay, but if you're more flexible like Alison is, okay, just relax. Okay, and then to further assist the stretch, you can put one hand on the kneecap and push it away. Okay, so this is one way that you can continue to do work at your desk, but you're doing a stretch. Okay, now do I recommend you sit like that throughout the whole time you're doing work? No. Okay, this is just a stretch for you. And if you sit long periods of time cross-legged, it's going to give you other problems as well. Okay, so once you're done with the stretch, just go back to your usual position. Do not sit cross-legged when you do your work. Okay? Then for this particular stretch, okay, the figure of 4, there are 3 different ways. This is the first one, seated at the desk. The second one can be done on the floor. Bend your knees. Don't bend the knees. Okay, so you will bend your knees with your back against the wall, and then you put same thing, calca. Okay, and push the other leg as much inward as possible. Hug your legs to your chest. This is a lot more intense. Okay, the kind of stretch you get is deeper compared to what you get from sitting on the chair. Okay, but if you do this and you still don't feel anything at all, okay, then the last one, lying down. Okay, you will put one foot across in figure of 4 again. They are all the same configuration. Then both hands go under the leg that is on the floor. Okay, and then pull it towards your chest. Let me zoom in for you. Okay, so all the way in. Thank you, Alison. Okay, the last one is a very nice warm up or even cool down. Okay, I do it both for warm up and cool down. For people with scoliosis, people with back pain, okay, this is a very comforting pose. If you have done yoga, it's called the cat and camel, okay, or cat cow. Okay, so you get into a tabletop position. Okay, a good tabletop position will have your hip directly above your knee. Okay, so I get you to shift your hip further back. Yeah. Okay, and your shoulders directly above your palms. Okay, in this position, untuck your toes. Okay, inhale, drop the belly button to the floor. Just relax belly button to the floor. And if you can, your head can look up to the ceiling. Exhale, do the opposite, belly button to the ceiling. And your eyes to your thighs. Okay, so again, inhale, belly button down, eyes to the ceiling. Exhale all the way up, belly button, ceiling, and eyes to the thighs. And thank you so much, Alison. Okay, so like I said, different people have different postures. Your body look different. So if your cat, cow, cat, camel don't look like this, okay, it's okay. But if you feel pain, okay, just remember whenever you do any kind of new stretch or workout, if you feel any pain at all, please stop immediately. Okay, make sure you solve the pain problem first before you continue. Okay?
Thank you so
Okay.
much, Yirang.
Thank you, Yirang.
Welcome. Welcome.
Hang on, let me go through the questions.
Yes, we have a few questions that is coming on.
Do you want to switch, Yirang, do you want to switch off the background, the TV?
Okay.
Yeah.
Echo.
Yes.
Stop mirror. Okay.
Okay. So just now when you're going through, I can see Sherry and myself, we were trying. It feels so good.
Yeah, but all the leg exercise, the arm exercise, just the one that Alison do on the wall, the W, and then you pull.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do that. Probably I'll just like a bit of a U and that's it.
It's
I tried
okay.
that, but the back will arch. Is the back supposed to be against the wall, or it will? I mean, is it okay to have it arch
Okay, like I
when we do that?
explained, right? The lower back, the small of the back is supposed to have a slight curvature inwards. So if your
Okay.
back, your small of your back leaves the wall, it's actually fine. But when you do this exercise, if you work with a physiotherapist, most of the time they will tell you to tuck in your core so that you draw your navel towards the wall. If you do
Okay.
yoga, you will know what I'm talking about. But if you don't really quite get it, okay, so long as when you raise up your hands, right, you are not doing this, it's okay. So
Okay.
long as it's a very slight movement, is fine. But if you're doing this just to accommodate your arm sliding up, then no. Yeah. Then just now I think you mentioned that when you do the W sliding, you can only manage up to a certain point, right? Okay, so what you can do is up to that point, yes, you need to leave the wall, you just continue going up. And then as days go by, you just take note of your progress. Yeah, so if you continuously do it, you'll be able to keep it on the wall and all the way up. So at first it may come off lah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
Yes.
Okay, we have a few questions from the audience. First one is from Faustina. She's asking, for women, how can one achieve six packs effect on the tummy? Would doing frequent sit-ups help?
Okay, it's a very good question. I also want the six pack. But at my peak, only for picking out. Yeah. So for six pack, how to achieve? Of course, yes, you need to do a lot of core work. But I think the most important thing is actually there. Our core muscles are there. Okay, but it's often hidden beneath the layers of fat lah. So number one, we need to shred. Okay, and does doing sit up help? There's many types of core exercises. In fact, I actually don't like to do sit up because I had a lower back degenerative disc from all the years of rowing. So basically, my disc don't have my spine don't have a proper cushion. So when I curl my spine up and down, my spine is not very happy. Yeah, so this goes for a lot of us who are not in our 20s lah. If you're young, you sit up all the time, go ahead. But as we are a bit older, there are many different types of core exercises that we can do. My favorite and I think the most effective will be leg lowers, bicycle crunches, okay, as well as if you can, okay, the hollow is a very good exercise. HOLLOW. Okay, this is something that the gymnasts always practice to train up their core. It's actually, it looks very simple. It's just lying there. Then you raise your your shoulders and your feet off the ground. But it's not easy to properly engage your core in that position.
Lying on the tummy or lying on your back?
Lying on your back, shoulders
Oh,
off the
okay.
ground, feet off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you just hold it for a certain period of time. Yeah. So actually, how can one achieve the six-pack effect on the tummy? Number one, I think you just need to shred. To shred, like we explained just now, number one, you need to watch the diet. Okay, then number two, you need to exercise. Okay. How much to exercise and how little or how much to eat. Okay, all these have to be calculated by someone who is trained. Yeah, it doesn't work so easily. And yes, there are formulas on the internet. I can even show you the website of the calculators that we use to calculate a diet plan for, let's say, Mabel or even for myself. Okay, but the thing is, that is the start off point. It's a good start off point.
Okay.
After you calculate the number of calories that you need as a person, based on your gender, your age, and your lifestyle, number of times that you exercise a week, you then need to take notes, very detailed notes, okay, of what you actually put into yourself. Even the half a bite of ice cream from your 老公, okay, or when you're watching TV is the most dangerous time because things just go into your mouth. Then at the end of it, you're like, I didn't eat much, what? I very healthy. I ate like some grapes. Then my child passed me half a mango. I ate the mango. Then my husband came back with durian. I ate the durian. All fruits. Then very healthy. Then I ate taukenyo when I was watching Korean drama. One serving, not a lot. Then biscuit, my child cannot finish. I also help him finish. So all these will add up and easily up to 1,000 calories. And then you might be surprised that most women of a typical maybe 1.6 meter in height, maybe 40 kg in weight, you don't need a lot of calories if you're not exercising very hard.
Okay.
So then the six-pack will not show. So number one, of course, you need to lower the amount of fats through proper nutrition. I don't like to call it diet. Yeah, proper nutrition. Okay, then number two, I think an overall full body workout, or if you do train by body part also will be better rather than you just target and whack the abs. Yeah, because the core can also be fatigued. Then when it's fatigued, you end up straining your back. Okay, I have clients who do plank until they strain their back and the back pain, then cannot do lunges, cannot do push-up, everything all cannot do because the back is injured. Yeah, I say, okay, you will do planks on your own once a week. They say, how long to do? They say, you start from 30 seconds. When you can handle, you just increasingly go up by 5 seconds. So that day he felt shook. He suddenly can do 1 minute. So he decided to go for 1 minute, 30 seconds. Then after that, 1 month cannot work out.
Okay. Okay, there's another question by Paul, but I think this one you just now shared earlier on already. What would be an effective stretch for the neck and shoulders from cycling too much?
Cycling, yes. Even for the wrist as well.
Yeah, but then Paul was asking, right? I think he was probably trying out what you were doing. When stretching, if got the click click sound, is it safe to continue?
Generally, some clicking is okay unless it suddenly develop. Yeah. So most of us, sometimes when we move, there might be some clicking. Okay, but if you're talking about, say, your knee joint and it's after it developed very recently or like out of nowhere suddenly started clicking, okay, then you might want to see a doctor first. Yeah, and then maybe when you go into stretches, start slow. So remember just now when we were doing the neck stretch, I say gently lower your neck down to your shoulder. Okay, some people can actually injure their neck just from doing neck stretch.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's already very tense. So you've been at the desk the whole day. Then you go onto your indoor bicycle trainer for another 1.5 Tour de France training. Then after that, carry the baby for another half an hour. Then you decided to do neck stretch and you go like that, straight away, you sprain your neck.
Okay.
Yeah. Or ligament down to the back.
Aiyo.
Yeah, they cannot turn.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you have to do it very slowly, and
Correct.
then whenever you feel like a little bit of pain, try to
You feel
release a
pain.
bit,
Yeah.
then you continue again.
And if the pain persists, it's always better to see a doctor first and see what the
Okay.
doctor recommends.
Okay. Yeah, like what you say, like it's good to ease into a movement rather than to rush into it to avoid injury.
True.
I think we have covered the questions already raised by the audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything we have covered?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, good. So before we end today's chatter, we want to rally your support to join Traverse Wonders team if you are signing up for the National Sports Challenge organized by Get Active Singapore. It is a virtual exercise challenge for walk, run, or cycle. Mabel is going to bring up the details from the comment, and you may want to take a screenshot. Key in one of the team codes to join one of our teams for virtual group fun and motivation.
Yeah, I think probably on the screen you will not be able to see the full code, but our details, the team that we are, is in the comments. So when you join us for our, join our respective teams, remember to put in the respective codes.
Or you can even send us a WhatsApp.
Yes.
PM us at 87143321, and then I will give you the details also.
Yep. And I would also like to share with you our virtual travel talk this Friday. We will be inviting Miss Bless Ann, representing Tasmania Tourism Australia, to share about activities you can do in Tasmania, the beautiful island state with one of the freshest air in the world. Tune in to Travel Wonders Facebook Live at 9:30 p.m. Singapore time to hear all about it.
This session will be rebroadcasted, and you can find it on our Facebook page later. If you have enjoyed today's chatter, don't forget to give us many likes, leave a comment, and share the broadcast. Remember, we have a luggage belt sponsored by Uniworld Boutique River Cruises to be won. Contest will close this Friday, so you can continue to comment or share our post with your friends and family. Once again, a very big thank you to Yirang for your time
so
in
much.
sharing with us about work from home stretches. Let's take a group photo before we log off.
Okay, smile for the camera. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for
everybody.
tuning in.
Thank
And thank you,
you.
Yirang, again.
Thank you, Ira.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.